Is the era of s1mple truly over? And does Tier 1 CS still have room for the CS GOAT?
To answer your question, I think no. I don't think this is the end of s1mple.
Okay.
I will say it. Counter-Strike doesn't need s1mple, but it is all the more better for his return. It was different when he played on his stints on Falcons and when he played on at the major with FaZe than now. It doesn't feel like he's playing right now. It feels the same as when he wasn't playing, in my opinion at least. Just because he's playing for a team that no one really cares about in a tier that is supposed to be more of a stepping stone than anything else in a lot of people's eyes. The game is still massively successful and popular over the last 2 years where he has been absent. That being said, obviously when he does come back, the viewership skyrockets. Yeah. And obviously that's because they don't know how much longer they're going to be able to watch. Like, we have like such a boon of all these like very talented, interesting players that come out where maybe other games don't get that as much, so we are lucky. But s1mple makes this game better, it makes the community better, and I think he will be back because he is playing very well, and I think a team will give him a chance.
We have to also consider the fact that is a Tier 1 team going to make room for a like current s1mple and have him on the team, which is insane to say considering this is s1mple we're talking about. This is at one point, the greatest player in the world and still by many metrics, like, is a top tier contender, right? This is a loss to OG. This is a 1.5 rating.
And I actually haven't watched for a couple weeks now. Is this every game now? Because it definitely was not every game when I was
He's still holding solid. He's still holding solid at a 1.2.
But I'll say this. This is what, like, if you put ZywOo or Donk in these games, they would be smurfing. They would absolutely be smurfing, right? Like, there's no question. And, like, obviously for many, many years of his life, for, like, a fucking decade, that's s1mple would have...
He was that guy.
He was him, right? He would do the same thing. s1mple didn't have bad games. Like, he was this, like, Kobe Bryant, Jordan-level competitor who just, like... He just always put up numbers every time. If he gets that back... Then we can start to... Which it seems like maybe he is, but again, the level that he's playing at, it's really hard to gauge, like... what this means.
I just feel like he's only 27. I just find, like, I don't believe in a world where it's over.
I feel like it is, man. I feel like it is, and I just feel like it's, like, here's the thing about s1mple that anyone will tell you, he himself has said this, right? When s1mple was the undisputed GOAT, the best player in the world, he was to CSGO what fucking Donk is to CS2 now. It just wasn't even fucking close, right? He wasn't born with it. Like, he always said, I just work harder than every other player. I play more pugs. I care more. I work. I'm always fucking grinding every fucking day to be this good, right? And that's really exhausting. Like, that's tiring. To do that for almost a decade, it's very, 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 very tiring. He would need to go back to playing fucking 14 pugs a day in addition to scrims, in addition to, right? Like, and I just feel like that s1mple, I don't know if he genuinely can or will ever do that again.
Do you think that s1mple playing in Tier 2 is going to be able to reignite that ambition to be like, I am literally playing with dog shit. I want to get back to the Tier 1 level, and I need to work to get there.
I'll say this. This is what it would take. It would need to be so clear that this guy is like, remember what Munacy was doing in the fucking We Play Academy League?
Yep.
Where he was just like dropping 70 kills every map. It was clearly smurfing, clearly ready for tier 1, right? It would need to be that level of dominance again. And I don't know.
If we take him take him for his word, he basically said as much. Like, this was the fastest way for him to start playing again consistently. And so far, that's true. Like, he is playing consistently, and it wasn't going to happen on a Tier 1 team. That's what I think the issue is that no one wanted him because of, either things that we don't know or just, like, no one could take that gamble on paying for him without knowing if he actually can hang.
See, the only reason why I can't believe that is because I think we're putting s1mple, and rightfully so, at like such a high level where like he is so clearly has been, such a high level for so long and so many people that like, do we need to see that for him to be at a Tier 1 level? Even if he's still dropping like a 1.2 rating, 1.3 rating, that is still better than the vast majority of Tier 1 talent that we have currently going.
There'll probably be someone being like, put him on Team Liquid. they'll be better tomorrow if you put them on Team Liquid.
Oh.
That is the last thing Team Liquid needs right now, is an experiment.
I think, and this is just like maybe it's my impression, there is a shortage of like really consistent, great oppers. This does work in Simple's favor, because if he can make the op work very consistently in the way that he used to, and in the way that the current best players are, or best oppers are, I should say, like I think that would be really to his benefit.
Yeah.
Right. So if you think about signing Simple in 2025, not as how do we sign, and to your point, Sebastien, I think it's a good point, not how do we sign the former GOAT. You don't look at it that way. You accept the fact that things have changed, right? And if we're going to have that conversation again about that level of player Simple used to be, as some things need to be proven in that time. And I think you reframe the question as how do we sign a very consistent tier 1 opper?
What tier 1 team would Simple fit on the most?
Here is why it shouldn't be Liquid. Because I think we should at least, if we're going to have this conversation, let's have this conversation. Here's why it shouldn't be Liquid. It's not because Simple wouldn't be a great opper for that team. It's because Liquid's issues go so deep right now. The thing is, like, Simple is going to walk into Team Liquid camp day 1, see dumpster fires everywhere, and be like, guys, I'm pretty sure that if I could put up 1.6 ratings in Tier 1 play every game, we would still lose. What about Simple to Falcons?
Oh, yeah, they got first round.
What about Simple to
I stand
Falcons?
corrected.
What about Simple to Falcons?
No. It's like, it's...
Here's why. The thing that I think would really behoove him, like I think, and the team to get him, is what he needs to be. This is why he did so well with FaZe at the major. Like, I can show my work. I have receipts. I have evidence for this. He needs to go into a team that has an established system. The reason he did so well with FaZe is because Kerrigan was IGLing the team. They had their core, they had their structure, and they weren't perfect by any fucking means. But they were a team. He was just this plug and play opper. And I think with Falcons, it's not insane to think we need a guy with the Sasha firepower, right? While we figure our shit out, while like that core of like Kyusuke, Nico, Mondesi figure out their shit. You just put Simple on the map and you just have him as your NAF, basically. Your X Factor player who's just like, some rounds will op when we do the double op. Like Mirage, we double op CT, give Simple the other op, right? Like,
you also need someone who is, while Nico is being inconsistent right now, or like taking all the shit roles, Simple can kind of come in to fill the gaps a little bit. With what Falcons has now, Simple to Falcons is probably his best bet.
It's not
It's also Falcons is honestly Falcons' best bet as well.
It's not crazy. It's not actually crazy. Like, there's no concern that if he falls through, they won't have firepower, because
they don't have the money. Like that one?
Donk did in fact have a statement kind of on Simple recently, where he when Donk was asked who the GOAT of CS is. See, this picture is insane. Simple. He inspired me to play CS seriously.
Simple has definitely had periods where there's just been like mostly because Navi as a whole has had periods where they've really fluctuated.
Yeah.
I think Donk, does not at all go without saying that just because Donk has hit this peak this early into his career, that it's like inevitable that he's going to be the GOAT. I don't think that's the case at all.
No.
And I would like to CF Coldzera in 2017 for that.
Yeah.
I think at the rate that Donk is going at now, it's inevitable. Unless, like I said, I think it was like a short form I did or whatever I said. The fall off would be studied for generations.
So the thing is, though, is like, don't take that for granted, because like the thing is, you cannot go higher than Donk is right now, and so the fall off in some ways is sort of inevitable.
Oh, for sure.
I think the trajectories between both the Simple's careers and Donk's careers are actually kind of like Donk has because Donk has hit such a huge high. Simple, it took a second. Right, and then he hit an incredible high.
It took more than a fucking second, brother.
He was
won
still
his
the best
first
player in
major
the
in 2021.
He also had a lot of different circumstances.
But I'm saying it's like not that similar. Like, I agree that the flashiness of the two players, sure.
From a pure numbers perspective, we're talking about the numbers. They're both putting up insane numbers earlier in their career.
But Donk is winning, and Simple's story for the longest time was that he never won shit. He won tournaments, but he never won, and he could not win a major at all. And he played, and we're talking about over the course of like 6 years, like not for like 2-3 months, a year. Like,
it is a big contextual difference. You got to remember, especially during that time, like the CIS wasn't as good
I think that's not at all insane to say.
Would not say he's carrying. I actually would say
He's
that.
got 10 MVPs.
Brother,
Yeah,
are
no,
you
no,
fucking, what do you mean?
No,
he's
no,
not-
no, no,
Chopper
no.
had a public quote
No, no.
that said, "I would do his dry cleaning." if he asked me. What the fuck do you mean he's not carrying?
He is
this
sorry.
team?
He is carrying in obviously a way of.
I love
but
him
I
to
don't.
death.
I don't consider it hyper carry.
If this is not a hyper carry, then what is a hyper carry? S1mple in 2018.
Simple in
That's the only-
2018.
that's
Simple it. No. When you're getting MVPs for losing, that is hyper carry.
But man, 10 MVPs. 10.
That's just being really like front leading a good team, just like
insane,
ZywOo for so
Look,
many
Spirit
years.
are not shit, and I'm not trying to make them out to be shit. No one is saying they're shit. That team is very, 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 very top heavy. Like Donk is doing like 70% of the work on Team Spirit, and the back 30, I think. It has reached the point. I love him to death. I'm not talking shit here, and I do think CS2 is partly to blame for this. But there are times, man, when Shiro will hit an op shot, and I will literally go, "Thank God." Like under my
Okay,
breath, I
Shiro-
will just go
dude,
like, "Oh, thank God."
Shiro's
He
still got
that
like a.
breath.
Shiro's better than like at least according to HLTV right now. Shiro's still better than Money.
I know, and Munacy is inexplicably
Right, like okay.
incredible
You know
song
what?
right
I'm
now,
moving
but-
on this before I get mad.